And Bobby Waring in the yellow number 1. That's Bobby Waring Sr. Driving the number 12, Tom Doran. And in the number 31, Jim Weller in the 31. 18, Tommy Marshall. Here we go. Keep an eye on Greg. He's going to drop it any second. You watch Mark Flick in 2. He's unhammered. He's on the way. Bobby Waring Jr. in the 1 takes the lead as they go into 1. Out at 2, it's Mark Flick running in the second spot. Timmy Duran in 12 in third. And still Bobby Waring. Mark Flick in 2, running second. Timmy Duran in 12 third. Going down the backstretch. Dick Rankin in 66 moves into 4th. Rankin in 66 into that 4th spot. Here comes Blaney down on the inside trying to make a move. And it's still Bobby Waring in the 1. Mark Flick in 2, chasing him right down the backstretch. Timmy Duran in 12, hanging on to the 3rd spot. Dick Rankin into 66 in 4th. It's still Waring. Waring is your leader. Mark Flick's going to try the inside. Not enough. Timmy Duran in 12 in the 3rd spot. Rankin in 66 and 4th. Look at Flick. Flick is trying. Bobby Waring in the 1, moves it away just a little bit. Mark Flick in the 2. Flick is going to try and set him up down on the inside. Waring is high. Flick can't hold it. He can't make it. It's still Bobby Waring in 1, Mark Flick in 2, Timmy Duran in 12, running in the 3rd spot, Dick Rankin into 66 in 4th. Jimmy Weller in 31, running in 5th. Blaney in 10-6. Two to go. Now you keep your eye on Flick. Mark Flick's going to try the inside as he comes down into 3. Keep your eye on Flick. He's going to set it up high. Waring better drop it down on the inside. Here comes Flick. Keep your eye there. Look out. One to go. We've got 1 to go. Down the back stretch is still Bobby Waring. This is Mark Flick's last chance. Flick is going to try the move. Flick has got it set up down on the inside. Here he comes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Bobby Waring. Bobby Waring Sr., ladies and gentlemen. Bobby Waring Sr. in the number 1 is your winner that time. Number 2, Mark Flick in 2nd. Timmy Duran in 12, 3rd. Jimmy Weller, I believe, finished 4th in the 31. And Lou Blaney in 10, I believe, was in 5th.
In the meantime, the second heat for the Marymount Modifieds comes trackside with Doug Flick in car number 7. Jack Soderman in the 8C. Jim Engels out of Franklin in the 68. Brian Swartzlander trackside in the 83S. Reverend Kevin Boland in the 505. All right, Greg Wheeler with the green flag. High and away we go. Off the corner number 4. Soderman and Flick. Take him down the front chute now and working into 1 and 2 from the bottom side of the Speedway. Jack Soderman out here. The lead is Doug Flick. Has a little bit of problem. A little bit of bump and run. Flick falls back through the field, and Brian Swartzlander is the man on the move in the 83S. Pushes way out bad in 3 and 4. Look out, Scramble City. Off that 4th corner and down the front chute. We get them all straightened out, pointed in the right direction. Jack Soderman out in front, but he's got a problem in the 8C, and he's dropped well off the pace. Handing things over to Brian Swartzlander. Swartzlander, Reverend Kevin Boland, Bobby Krause, Tim Engels, and Leonard Ripper, your top 5. Stretch, it's Brian Swartzlander setting up in 3 and 4. No problems for the 83S. A little problem out of 4 that time, but the front end washes out a little bit. Boland and Krause. Then Engels and Ripper behind him. The final transfer spot is held down by Doug Flick. Halfway home and now counting them on the downside. And again, Brian Swartzlander keeps the distance pretty constant between himself and Boland off of turn number 4. Kraus hangs it way wide in the 83 car. Off of turn number 4, and Boland now is reeling in the 83 of Brian Swartzlander. Swartzlander with just a slight lead a while ago. He had about 6-8 car lengths. Swartzlander washes out in 1 and 2. And Boland now seems to be the man getting through the corners the best. Here they come off of 4. Again, little problem by Brian Swartzlander as the car seems to push once he gets into 3 and 4. Swartzlander will take him to the back straightaway with a great drive off the second corner that time. And Brian Swartzlander in the 83S car brings him off of corner number 4 and down to Greg Wheeling's checkered flag, your winner. Reverend Kevin Boland second, followed by Bobby Kraus. Racing out of Leechburg, Pennsylvania in the 83S, Brian Swartzlander picking up the heat race win. Back with us after some problems early on this year, Reverend Kevin Boland. Tim Engels on the 68. We're ready to go. Down to the back straightaway with Brian Swartzlander setting the pace in car number 83. As they swing off of corner number 4, Swartzlander out in front. Ripper riding second. Brian Swartzlander opening things up. Ripper with a good drive second right now over Jim Weller. Then Tim Engels and Lou Blaney working on Timmy on the outside in car number 10. Brian Swartzlander puts the 83 car out in front. Yeah, boy, big problem for somebody. That's Kevin Boland. Boland in the 505 really put up the blue smoke. And Reverend Kevin will be seeing the black flag here. Brian Swartzlander running away in the 83S. Kevin Boland looks like he's going to come to a halt on the backstretch. That'll bring out a caution. Bolin bringing out the yellow on the 505. Off of turn number 4, Brian Schwartzlander hangs that right rear on the cushion and now takes him into 1 and 2, pushing the cushion. Schwartzlander, your leader. Jim Weller in the 31, working on Leonard Ripper, trying to get that runner-up spot. Out of 4, it's still Schwartzlander, Ripper, Weller, and Blaney with Burdick in 5th. Brian Schwartzlander getting a great drive in the 83S tonight. Finds himself out in front by about 6 car lengths over Leonard Ripper, Jim Weller, Blaney, Burdick, Kraus, and Flick. Mark Flick has suddenly caught fire and moved up through the field in the number 2 car. He is currently 7th. Flick working all the back in the stands, guarding center number 83 of Bobby Kraus. Weller again looks to the inside in turns 3 and 4 to try and get the advantage on Leonard Ripper, but Ripper is hanging tough. Right now, that's the best he has ever run. That's the 2nd spot for the triple deuce of Leonard Ripper. He's got Weller, Blaney, Kraus, Flick, and Burdick behind him, so he's got some good hitters. Dozen laps are now completed for Brian Schwartzlander. Burdick a little bit out of shape in 3 and 4, and Flick gets by. Jim Weller has got into the 2nd spot. Now Blaney puts the pressure on Ripper as Kraus closes in the 83 car. Brian Schwartzlander working that racetrack to perfection. Got 5 to go. Weller has closed up the gap between himself and the 83 of Brian Schwartzlander. Schwartzlander and Weller race down the backstretch and into 3 and 4. Schwartzlander gets a good drive as Weller falls back a little bit. But here comes Weller in the 31 car. Jim Weller looking to get to the outside of the Speedway. He tries to get up high. Now comes low on a 1 and 2. Schwartzlander in the 83, hanging on. Jimmy Weller, will he dive him on the inside? Here he comes. White flag last time around. Brian Schwartzlander hanging on. The Bicknell car, Brian Schwartzlander, works out of turn number 2. He gets a good bite. He's got 2 car lengths on Weller in 3 and 4. Weller will charge him hard, but it's Schwartzlander. Middle, grooving home the winner. Kraus loses it in 4. Manny had his hand raised in victory the whole time. A hand for Leonard Ripper in the triple deuce car. What a job he did. Mark Flick will get 4th in the deuce, and the 5th position will go to Lou Blaney in car number 10. And number 1 Cochran, folks, will be coming down onto the Speedway. Barbara and Carol Cochran will be making the trophy presentation to Brian Swartzlander, our Marymount Modified feature winner. We would also like to say welcome to Mrs. Marge Cochran to the Lernerville Speedway tonight. Mrs. Cochran, it's great to have you here at the track. Happy, happy time for Brian Swartzlander in the 83S. I believe that's a career first for him here. Ladies and gentlemen, he climbs from the window of the car. You get ready to give him those applause when he gets around to this side of the race car. Let him celebrate with the crew for just a second and then really let him hear him, because that first win is always a very special one. Brian making sure he gets everything checked out with the crew down there. Hugs and kisses all around, and now around the post for the pictures. Your winner here on number 1 Cochran night in the Marymount Modifieds. Really let it hear from Leechburg, Pennsylvania, Brian Swartzlander in the 83S. It's a Bicknell chassis car that Brian picked up over the winter. In fact, I believe that is Pete Bicknell's former house car. Brian was telling me that's the first manufactured chassis that he's had. Other than he's raced home-built stuff his life, but now he has a chance to get a professional car like the Bicknell car. He has put her down into victory lane. It'll be kind of a soggy victory lane, but I'll bet you they're still going to be in there celebrating nonetheless. Look out.
Testing. Oh, Brian, we're going to make this real quick. We don't want you to get any wetter than you already are from perspiration. Hey, a fine run out there. Welcome back to Lernerville Speedway after a short hiatus, but what a way to come back.
Thanks. It's been a long time. A lot of years I've been waiting to win this one. Figures it has to rain on the night we win, but we worked real hard. I want to thank all my crew. My brother helped get everything ready, and we were up last night till 12:30 putting the motor in, and we finished it up about 5 o'clock today, and we're waiting for parts all this time and money to get together, so we finally got together, and it sure feels good to win, I'll tell you.
Well, all your efforts paid off, Brian, and I'll tell you, sensational drive. Ladies and gentlemen, picking up the Marymount Modifieds out of Leechburg, Pennsylvania, Brian Swartzlander in the 83.
And just